Hey everybody! We got our first personal watermelon out of the garden today, and well, actually yesterday. And we were told when picking watermelon, when we first moved here,
let it sugar up.
let it sugar up. So you pick it and let it sit. Check out these Armenian cucumbers. They are basically multiplying out there. Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to cut this because this is part of our feast tonight. This is day 2 of 30 meals in a row with Jerry and Julie. 30 feasts, we hope, to bring to you. And tonight's feast is extremely late because we had a lot going on today and we just got back home from being in town, and let's hope this melon's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. So,
Too early?
picked it way too early. So, thankfully, there's dozens of these out there. That is not a red watermelon. And that is not one of those fancy yellow watermelons either. That is a fail. But guess who's going to enjoy this?
Compost.
The microbes in my compost are getting some raw watermelon. Some unripe watermelon tomorrow. What a bummer. Fortunately, I still have that watermelon from last night, that big watermelon that was so beautiful. But it's in here. So we'll be having that for dessert, along with our yochi jars topped with blackberries. That will be our desserts tonight. Got our little spoons ready. Jerry set the table. Thanks, Jerry. And then another beauty broth hot pot to start things off. I'm really cold because Jerry had the air conditioning going in the car, and I'm ready to warm up with my beauty broth hot pot, but I want to show you how I'm serving it up. Oh, I forgot Jerry's ramen noodles. So I always throw in a brick of ramen for Jerry.
I like to eat pasta every day.
Every day. So I don't give him the same pasta every day, but you're getting it 2 nights in a row. So I put the brick of ramen in here with the hot broth, or you could use 2 cups of boiling water and just drain it off. But that's how I cook it. You saw that it was covered with a plate. And then I make my beauty broth, and this has portobello mushroom in it and lots of basil and herbs from the garden. And oh, I wanted to show you, I'm putting it on top of salad. This is fresh romaine and raw carrots that I shredded with the carrot peeler, and some bell pepper. So this hot broth is going on top of all that raw veg. I guess we could call that, I don't know, soup and salad.
There you go.
I talked to you about this last night when we were plating up our feast. I put the night before's leftover salad underneath my beauty broth hot pot. So that broth will wilt down the lettuce a little bit, but the broth is very aromatic with ginger. The beauty broth hot pot is a free recipe if you're not enrolled in Protective Diet Education and part of our classes and our premium recipe program. Check out protectivediet.com/brothmix.
Yes.
I got it right. There's free recipes there that use our plant-based broth, and the beauty broth hot pot is one of those. So you can read about that and why I like to start my meals with it when I'm cold, and especially in the winter time. But I love the crunch of the lettuce in here with the broth. We might need, no, you got more broth than I did, Carrie. Good. No fair. Actually, I got more salad than he did because he had to fit the round. So for our main dish, let me grab some plates.
All right, I will let you grab some plates, Julie Marie. It's exciting.
check out my zucchini. I'm so proud of all of my garden pickings. I was thinking about it as I was preparing the smokehouse potato salad, and I was picking the herbs for that and charring the bunching onions that I grew in my garden. I was thinking about how much work it is to grow everything from seed and maintain it, weed it, water it, and also harvest it every night fresh for dinner. So it takes some time. So this morning before we left for town, we had a long day. I made this potato salad. But the night before, actually the day before, I made the potatoes in my Instant Pot. I just put them in there for 10 minutes with a cup of water on the bottom to steam them up like I explained on the recipes. And then I refrigerated them overnight, for more than 24 hours actually. And that develops the resistant starch. And you can read about this on the resistant starch fries. But the resistant starch, the reason we're developing resistant starch by refrigerating cooked starches like potatoes, rice, pasta salad's an easy one. Potato salad's an easy one because it gets refrigerated usually after you prepare it. But I made the potatoes ahead so they'd be nice and cold when I prepared the potato salad. And what else do we build resistant starch on? Our bread maker bread, or any bread that we put in the fridge and eat the next day. Anyway, resistant starch travels through your digestive system down to your lower level undigested to feed your lower level gut microbes plant fiber. They love the resistant starch because it goes all the way through to them, and then they ferment it and digest it and produce butyrate and other short chain fatty acids that are anti-inflammatory. It's like a bath, a butyrate bath, I call it, a bath of just calming anti-inflammatory compounds that tighten up our gut wall, our epithelium, and reverse inflammatory disease.
It's pretty awesome how it
Amongst
works.
other things. So, resistant starch. Make potato salad. It'll happen naturally. There you
Thank
go,
you.
Jerry. And then beside that, oh, Jerry's going for the 7-day sauerkraut. I love it. He loves it. And then here we have our leftover sandwich slaw. This is a new recipe. It's not on the site yet. It's coming up. Part of our barbecue cabbage sandwich. We made up a song about
Barbecue cabbage sandwich.
Yes, the sandwich that I came up with to put the slaw on top is awesome. And now I put the slaw basically on everything. And Jerry will eat about half the slaw, half the potato, but he doesn't have to because we got lots of veg in here. We always try to veg it up, split it, starch to veg, and there's a lot of celery and bell peppers in this smokehouse potato salad. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how much we eat. And then Jerry also made some pressure cooked oatmeal, some steel cut oats, and those are naturally releasing in there. We got home about 30 minutes ago, and it is what time?
11:15.
It's 11:15 p.m. and this is our one meal a day. And I really don't have any hunger until I take my first bite. And when I take my first bite, it's game on.
Boy howdy.
And I'm usually finished about 45 minutes after my first bite. I'm done eating and I clean up my dishes and I'm in bed. And that's how we do it, one meal a day. I also want to show you what else we're having.
By the way, Julie was right last night. I did not pop any popcorn.
Yes, no popcorn
She
was
didn't
had.
think I was going to be able to, and I was not able to.
So I'm going to push this plate aside because I'm definitely having my beauty broth hot pot while it's still hot. I have some air fried seasoned chickpeas. Normally I don't put them on potato salad, but we're just adding plant diversity here. Last night we counted up our score. It was 44.
44.
counting spices, and all of our different plant fibers. And what's the recommended amount?
35 per week.
35 per week, and we had 44 in one meal, which would be 1 day's worth of meals because we eat them all together
Right.
at the end of the day. So then I want to show you what we're sipping on. Last night I brewed some mint tea. I'm harvesting a lot of mint out of the garden and drying it, and then I use it to make tea. And I squeeze some lime into it this time. It's like a
It's good stuff.
pseudo mojito, sugar-free one. Of course, booze-free. And then what else do I have here? These are some garden pickings. My green beans, actually purple beans, are just starting to come on. So I don't have enough green beans to cook them. So we just eat them like we eat our okra.
Breaking your fast with a green bean.
It's so fresh, it's so good. And then some little baby sweet peppers are starting to happen. Our cherry tomatoes are starting to happen. These are golds. This one's a patio tomato. Look how small it is. It's kind of crazy. I don't know, Jerry, maybe you should eat this whole thing yourself.
The whole thing. I don't want to break my fast yet till we're eating.
Oh, okay. So Jerry's an overachiever. He makes me like be shamed. I took a bite.
Not at all.
And
Not
then-
at all.
We have our watermelon. There was something else I wanted to show you. Last night we had a lot of the leftover sandwich slaw, and yeah, that's it. That's everything. I'm not putting out grapes and everything. I think this is going to do it. Oh, Jerry's getting his oats to show you. We want to make this as real and as accurate as possible. So I'm looking around because sometimes I do this after dinner.
We call it drifting.
And then
She's
I go,
drifting.
I'm drifting. Then I go in the fridge and I find some other ferments we could add to our meal, add more plant diversity so we can have a higher score. We're gonna split this peach with our dessert, with our blackberries and our yochi jars. And this is fermented rhubarb, which is kind of fun. It's like a very high fibrous pickle, is what it comes down to. And so we're adding more plant fibers, different plant fibers to the mix here that our microbes are going to be more diversified from and thrive. That's our whole goal. What are you doing now, Jerry?
I'm getting my toppings for my oats.
Oh, his toppings for his oats. Oh, he's using jarred applesauce and everything. I canned so much applesauce last year, and we only have a few quarts left. And now Jerry's hitting up the canned applesauce, I think, to preserve a few of my jars so that it makes it all year round.
This stuff is way too good for me to consume. It's all for you.
Oh, you can eat that on your
This is
oats,
the good
otherwise
stuff.
it's just gonna go bad there. Okay, Jerry's gonna show you how he does oats.
All right. So we got my spoon. There we go. So the first step is to my oats after they're done cooking. Is I like to put cacao nibs. These are chocolate chips, protected diet style cacao nibs on top. Let them melt.
They don't melt.
They don't.
There's
but-
no fat.
Okay, so after the nibs, I
He just pulls it on there. He
put
doesn't-
about a third of a cup of yogurt, third of a cup of applesauce, cinnamon, and we're good.
Here's your applesauce.
Thank you. That's after I stir in the yogurt. Probably can't see me with these beautiful flowers. Truly didn't show off the flowers.
Oh my gosh, I have so many
She took
flowers
them
in
in
my
the
garden.
garden.
Oh my gosh, I had to bring some in. That one looks like it was mine, and this one looks like it was yours. I tend to go crazy on my starch part.
Yeah, mine didn't have any of the chickpeas in there.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, they
no,
both do.
maybe.
Never mind.
You know what
Never
else
mind.
I do? I'm fortunate I get to eat with Jerry, so if it's ever too much food,
Like
which it
almost
always
every night.
is. My eyes are always bigger than my belly, and then I'm always like, oh, but I want watermelon, so I have to stop short.
And then I get whatever she doesn't
Yeah,
consume.
he's my human garbage can, as my mom used to call my brother growing up.
So that is the way I do my oats. The applesauce goes on top after I've incorporated the yogurt. And often I put in berries also, but we're having it on the yochi jar, so I'm not having it there also.
I
That's
tried
it.
to make as much as I could today ahead of time with the yochi jar. I always want to get some yogurt in, and usually my salad dressing has yogurt in it, or like something mayonnaise-y, but this smokehouse potato salad, I follow it to the T because it is outstanding. You have to give it a shot if you haven't tried that one yet. It's got a little spice, which you can leave out, but oh, the smoky flavor, I love it. And extra celery for me, extra
There you
cilantro
go.
for me. Not really for me, for my microbes. They are calling to it.
I'm excited. It's time to eat.
All right, take care, everyone. I
Mm.
hope these videos are helping you to see just how we do it. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, and it definitely doesn't have to be in one meal a day. This is just something that Jerry and I do, and we'll start adding more information about that in these videos, little tips here and there of why we do it. Because, gosh, these videos could go on and on. I could talk about day fasting forever because it has given me so many benefits that it's hard to remember them all. It's been
Yes.
so long.
I will probably also have a banana with all of this.
Yes, he
too.
will. He always grabs a banana in the end. And I'm going on 7 years of day fasting. I just want to slip that in there. And I've lost 150 pounds. And the majority of it was just on a protective diet. It got me down to a size small. And then just that last layer came off with the day fasting. But so day fasting is not necessary, but it most definitely is worth reading about on the website,
Mhm.
watching the PDEd classes that cover day fasting and take you through it step by step, and that those guideline rules really make it easy.
Yep.
I'm always around to talk about it with you, so just let me know if you want more videos like this and what you want to hear about in them and what you want to see us eat in them. Maybe
Yes.
you'll direct us to some recipes that you want to see how I'm serving up
That's
and laying
great.
out. Take care.
And best of health, it's time to eat.